Hey YouTube, welcome to Woodworker Anonymous's workshop where all of my horrible videos get made. Today I'm going to try and correct that a little bit. I'm going to try to build a gantry that I can mount a video camera to so I don't have to hold the camera with my hand. Started off making my videos with my cell phone, then started using an old JVC video cam. I'm going to try to see if we can't make things better here. We're going to build a gantry, and originally I was thinking attaching it to the ceiling so I could slide the camera from one side of the shop to the other, but then I had a second thought. You can see I got two garage doors here. My workbench is right in between those garage doors. So that created I noticed that created an interesting situation. Garage door rails are almost directly above the workbench, which is next to the table saw, the router table, spindle sander, all that stuff. So how about, why not just build a trolley that I could sit on top of these rails and it could run back and forth on top of those rails, in between the rails, and build it so that it doesn't interfere with the operation of the garage door. It should be doable. And that's what we're going to try to do today. Everything here is going to be made from scraps that are in this cart and in boxes and containers that I can find in the shop. It's coronavirus outside. I ain't going nowhere. So let's do this right here. Let's make this better. Hopefully improve the whole situation. All right, that was pretty easy. We got a cart here, a trolley, if you will. Now this trolley, we gotta put another set of casters on it to make sure that it stays aligned with these things. So this is gonna sit right there. And you can see, that's good. You know, so we need to put some casters here, and that'll keep it tracking perfectly straight between them. Okay, I just wanted to show you guys a cool calculator. You know, this is really good for woodworking, especially if you're using inches instead of metric. It's called Fraction Calculator. Fraction Plus, I think it's called. So it's really cool. This is where you would input the full inches. This would be the numerator of the fraction, and this would be the denominator. So let's say you had 6 and 7/16, and you wanted to subtract like 2 and 3/32. You know, it could be even harder. But anyway, so 6 and 7/16 minus 2 and 3/32, right? And you see it automatically, gives you the answer, and the greatest common denominator is 4 and 11/32. I put this on my phone a long time ago. Pretty cool. I haven't even checked out all this other stuff on the app, but this is really valuable. Highly recommend. Great tool, guys. In the workshop, eliminate those mental mistakes. It takes a little getting used to. You have to remember, if you're putting a numerator in, you can only type it in here, and if you're putting in the denominator, you can only do it here. So it takes a little getting used to because it's not your standard calculator, but this thing works amazingly well, and it's dead right all the time, so you don't have to worry about that. we got the trolley, and it's actually up on the track. It rolls nice and straight, nice and easy. Now we just got to mount that tripod upside down to this thing somehow. The all-important test: can this garage door open without causing any kind of an issue? Let me give it a push here. No problem, just like I expected. There's nothing in the way, it didn't move. That's going to work just fine. So, all right, let's get busy mounting that tripod up there. All right, here's the trolley, and here's the tripod. This is inverted right now on the workbench. It's going to be hanging up there so I can mount the video camera right on the end of that tripod. The issue where I'm having is this particular tripod, this head doesn't spin. It pivots left and right or up and down, which is what you need. I can attach my camera to it, but I need this to swivel as well. As I move this trolley down the track, I'm going to want to turn the camera with it. So I need a pivoting top, but it doesn't have one. So now I'm thinking maybe I can mount this to something else to make it spin. I was actually thinking about taking this off and trying to mount this on a disc, but actually I'm going to try something totally different. I have this old Lazy Susan that's been bouncing around my garage forever. It's really pretty crappy. And I can't figure out, there's no way to get it apart without breaking it. I'd like to get it apart so I could make some attachments, but what I'm going to do instead is drill a hole here, and then I'll be able to get a screw through here and mount it to the base over there on the trolley, and so I can like screw a series of holes. That's not a problem, but then I have to attach the tripod to that thing so it stays nice and firm, and that's the tricky part. So what I'm thinking, and I kind of got this set at the right diameter, so I'm thinking is drilling a couple small holes on either side of the leg, then fishing a zip tie through it and cinching it down, pulling it tight to this face. If that's not good enough, I might end up drilling some holes here and trying to add some zip ties here as well around. So with 3 zip ties around the legs, if that's not enough, we'll add 3 more zip ties where it attaches to the axle there. That's the plan. It's a real butcher job, but like I said, I'm not spending any money on this, and we're just going with what we can find in the house. So let me get busy on this and see how this turns out. So I got this thing tightened down as well as tight as it's going to go. This is going to go like that. And the reason I found it necessary to do two straps per leg is when they're all 3 are pulling in from the outside, it wants to collapse this thing, even though this is tightened down, and it will loosen. This way, I'm putting 2 straps on each leg. You got this giving a little pull this way, this is pulling it this way. It's kind of balancing that, and between the 6 of these things, hopefully we will get a balanced tie down force. That's the theory. Rarely does theory work out the way you expect it to. Doesn't want to turn as easily as it used to. It's stretched this thing apart so many times that there could be some debris in there too. I gotta try to vacuum it out. All right, got all 6 little zip ties up there on the mechanism. It's not wobbling nearly as much, so that's actually working out pretty good. What's nice about this is you can see this thing can travel up and down the workbench, and that telescoping tripod, I can really get down close to the workbench too. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. You know, for like a cheap piece of crap just made out of scrap, that's not bad. I mean, it's not like professional or anything, but for the shop, for the stuff I'm doing here, for the garbage I've been putting on YouTube, this should be, you know, an upgrade significantly. All right, well, that's the trolley cam, and keep an eye out. Maybe subscribe to my channel. You'll actually see me using this in some builds coming up. I got a lot of projects in mind. It's going to give me like some cool shots on the workbench when I'm putting projects together. Can actually do things with my hands and get a shot at the same time. Before, I've always used my cell phone, so this is a big upgrade for me. But listen, this is Woodworker Anonymous. I want to thank you for stopping in, watching this boring video. And listen, get out in the shop, make something cool, and I'll catch you next time.